So Phrolova just came out with the new 2.5 Whimpering Wastes patch, and I have done my best to extensively test her as well as her mechanics. Today we are going to talk about Phrolova as a character, how to build her, her rotation, the big issue with her, as well as team options before talking about her performance in Tower of Adversity, Whimpering Wastes, and my personal favorite, Holograms. I will also talk about some in-depth mechanics and interactions of her, before lastly coming on a conclusion on how good she is as a character. Consider subscribing if you enjoy my content, as not even 2% of my viewers are subscribed. And with all of that out of the way, let's get right into it. The build. As always, this is something that I don't want to waste a lot of time on, as it can be researched in like a minute. The new Echo set, Dream of the Lost, is of course tailor-made for her, and is absolutely broken, granting Phrolova basically permanent 20% crit rate and 35% Echo skill damage. The interesting part here is that this is the first 3-piece Echo set, meaning that you only need to use 3 echoes here, one of which is obviously Nightmare Hecate. This means that you can essentially go for whatever other 2-piece set you want, in this case Havoc Eclipse or Midnight Veil, since both 2 pieces have the same effect. This gives her massive diversity in her echo choices, as you basically have 3 echo sets that you can mix however you want, as long as you activate the set bonus. So if you are like me and have some insane echoes that you thought were useless, you can now use them here. That, combined with permanent free 20% crit rate of the new set, can give you some crazy stats. The weapon. Yes, this gains a section on its own, despite being short. The old principle of signature weapon or standard banner 5-star still applies here, but I will already say this. If you care about Phrolova's performance, you should only pull her if you get the weapon as well. It's the most important thing by far, and even trying her with Stringmaster felt horrible. She's way too unique due to wanting echo skill damage, which is something that only her signature weapon can give, resulting in the biggest gap in performance between signature and standard banner 5-star. Yes, it's that bad. It's actually worse than Brand, and is absolutely must pull. But trust me, if you get Phrolova and her weapon, you basically won, as you will see later on. The rotation. Phrolova's kit is honestly the longest and had so much gibberish in it that I had to make side notes. I'm going to dumb it down, as it, at the end of the day, really isn't complicated to execute. And I'm going to give you your bread and butter rotation that you can use without worrying. Phrolova can collect music notes by using either her enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill. If she does 3 basic attacks, the next basic attack or skill will be enhanced. If you swap into her while using a different character, you will now only need 2 basic attacks to enhance your stuff. So you should practice this if you want to play her optimally. This combo will give you 2 notes. You need 6. And if she intros, you actually just need 1 basic attack before empowering her. You can also use her skill, which will instantly empower her next basic or skill. Which one should you use? It's incredibly simple. The enhanced basic attack deals more single target damage, while the skill is AoE and pulls enemies in. So bosses, enhanced basic, and trash mobs like in Weaver, you use the enhanced skill. After you have 6 notes, you can do a heavy attack, and that heavy attack will enable your ult. She does not use resonance energy like every other character in the game. Your goal at the end of the day with Phrolova is to get her ult as fast as possible and swap out instantly after ulting. Also, Phrolova will always start the team's rotation unless you use her with Shorekeeper due to her ult being off-field damage that gets amplified every time a character uses an echo skill. If you use her with Shorekeeper, she will still move second right after Shorekeeper did her thing. So the rotation is going to be swap into her either intro or just directly from a different character to reduce her basic attack chain. And do the first enhanced skill or basic depending on whichever you need. The moment you have 2 nodes on your bar, use your normal skill to get another empowerment, getting you to 4 nodes. After this, just do another basic attack combo before getting the last 2 nodes. Use a heavy attack and ult before swapping out. You can use your echo whenever you want. I prefer to do it at the start or after getting 4 nodes. This rotation is really smooth, really simple, and generally you have no reason to divert from it. Tower of Adversity. In my opinion, her weakest mode. The word weakest is being put in quotation marks here, not because she is weak in TOA, but because her Weaver performance is genuinely just disgusting, by basically perma-grouping and nuking enemies while also dealing massive off-field damage. Phrolova is a fully self-sufficient DPS that does not rely on anyone else. She has ton of self-buffs, does not really need a teammate and can just do her thing just without anyone. Basically like Carlotta. Her best in slot is of course Cantarella. But do you need Cantarella for Phrolova? No, absolutely not. You can literally put Phrolova in any team you want. Trust me, I literally tried it for like an hour. Phrolova Changli Lupa, Phrolova Phrolova, Phrolova Gian, Phrolova Verena Jinshi. I cleared endgame with all of it. She's insane. She literally just goes in, does her rotation, ults, disappears, and the rest of the team can do whatever they want. This is absolutely incredible for any team that works essentially with only 2 units, something like Phrolova. And if you put her with Cantarella, she will absolutely destroy anything, since every time a character deals echo damage while Phrolova's ult is active, Hecate will do an additional attack. So while you normally can do that only 2 times, since your other 2 teammates have, well, 1 echo, Cantarella increases that amount due to having echo damage in her kit herself. So a team like Carlotta, Cantarella, Phrolova also felt insane to play despite slight energy issues. What's the best team you can use? Phrolova, Cantarella, Roccia. But I personally like using Phrolova, Cantarella, Shorekeeper. But at the end of the day, her diversity is beyond crazy and makes her a character with super high and long longevity. She deals huge on-field damage, huge off-field damage, has a fast rotation, and even has a supportive outro skill, increasing havoc damage and heavy attack damage. You don't need Roccia, you don't need Cantarella, you only need her weapon. If you want a dedicated team for her and not some makeshift team, I used Havoc Rover, he's great, mine isn't even built properly, and it did perfect. And if you are a dungeon player, she works great as well, so congrats. Phrolova is genuinely just insane due to her flexibility in my opinion, primarily, but she really is bound to that signature weapon. Whimpering Wastes. I won't waste too many words here. She's absolutely nuts. You just start the rotation with her, do basic till the first enhancement, and then do enhanced skill, normal skill, enhanced skill again, and get those 6 nodes to nuke the field with the enhanced heavy attack. And try to fully focus on not accidentally coming while doing this. Her flexibility does not only apply here, but is even more insane here, because she can group enemies before you swap into a Jinshi, for example. Absolute crazy strong and versatile character. Holograms. Now, I won't lie, I was very skeptical simply because she's a rectifier character, but I'm so glad that I ended up being wrong. She's insane in holograms and has some insane tools in her kit. Her rotation is short and can be put on standby to dodge whenever you want, and her ult literally deals off-field damage, so you can focus on dodging while the boss is still getting chipped. Use a Bellborn Echo in the middle for Hecate to do an additional attack and enjoy the free damage. Her being a self-sufficient DPS is, again, also great here, as it allows you for makeshift teams like Phrolova Changli, which are essentially bad in conventional endgame modes, but feel great against holograms. Her being a rectifier character is also a net positive, due to her being able to keep a certain amount of distance while still being able to deal damage. But let's not only take my yapping for it, and go through the different aspects and tool that Phrolova has against holograms. The dodge counter. Absolutely incredible. It's a range dodge counter that can parry, has massive range, hitting even flying targets, and Phrolova even does a backstab while doing it. And because that's not strong enough, her iframes are just chef's kiss. Like, just look at this. Against certain attacks, where a parry follows right after, you can even actually use the dodge counter specifically to parry. It's absolutely nuts. The intro skill. It's good. There's not much else to say. It's nothing special, but it's good. It's grounded, both the normal intro and the enhanced one after her ult parry. But, from the testing I did, the parrying of the first intro is not consistent, due to it being a ranged attack where Hecate attacks. It can miss, but it's overall very consistent, doesn't put you in a vulnerable position, and, well, just in general feels good to use. Nothing special, but that's not always a bad thing. Parrying. The most important question I generally ask when assessing the parry potential against holograms is, does basic attack 1 parry? For Phrolova, the answer is yes, although a bit slow for my taste. Her basic attack 1 is her commanding Hecate to do a double strike, and due to her basically commanding Hecate first before the attack, it ends up being slower than, for example, Lupa instantly striking with her spear. But it still parries, and it's not so slow that you suddenly need any predictions. And while one of the prices that she pays is basic attack 1 being slow, it has another hidden feature, which is the second strike after the first one. They both parry. This means that if you accidentally try to parry too early, there's a good chance that the second strike will parry. So while her attack windup is slow, the window in which her basic attack parries is actually huge, which is a big positive. But her resonance skill, oh man. So her resonance skill is a lightning fast parry. It feels like frame 1. That's how good it is. You press it, it parries, I come. I legit did it every single time. And the enhanced skill, while slower, is still an instantaneous parry. So you basically have 2 insta parries that you can literally use right after one another. It's disgustingly broken. The enhanced basic does the same, but feels clunkier due to Hecate dashing through the target. So if I'm actually fighting a hologram seriously, I'm always using the enhanced skill, no matter how you look at it. Her parry tools are absolutely insane. Crazy. And that basically concludes my analysis of Phrolova. I think she's insane as long as you have her signature weapon. If you don't, she gets beaten by Camellia. But her main key point, to me at least, is her insane longevity due to her flexibility in team building. Because she isn't just, you know, a fully fledged main DPS. That means that if, for example, another future Havoc main DPS comes out, there's no reason for Phrolova not to be able to work in that team. She's just incredible in the current meta of WoWa as well, since current WoWa teams consist of mostly 2-character teams, which generally leaves a slot open for Phrolova to just come in, quickly steal the show at the beginning of the rotation, and then allow the tag team to do their thing. This kind of flexibility also makes her sequences very high value in my opinion, since her S2 is very strong and she's not tied to a specific team. So in a way, it's kinda like pulling for a Shorekeeper sequence, where basically a lot of teams can potentially profit off of it, since she's not fully tied to a team. And you know that once Augusta and Juno become the next big tag team, that I'm going to shove Phrolova into their faces. I think she's absolutely incredible if you get her weapon, But at the end of the day, everyone can make their choice for themselves and decide if they like her or not. That's all going to be from my analysis and my opinion about Phrolova. Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments with me. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.